Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the Oura Ring. I have had my Oura Ring for close to 2 years now, which is unbelievable. This video is not sponsored. I truly want to talk to you guys about this because this is a device that I love so much that I would highly recommend if you want to get a better understanding of your health, if you love tracking data. This is such an amazing device. I want to just dive into what it does, what it is, and they just literally came out with the Gen 4. So I want to address if you should get a Gen 4 or maybe try to find a Gen 3. If you already have a Gen 3, should you upgrade to a Gen 4? So this video is going to be an in-depth review of my experience with Oura Ring. Like I said, this isn't sponsored. This is truly my opinion, my honest review. So let's jump right into it. What is the Oura Ring? It's a smart ring. It's a device that helps you learn so much more about your recovery, obviously your sleep. I think that this is the device that I have in mind that is definitely the most accurate for sleep tracking. And what I like is that it is so sleek, you forget that you're wearing it. It's very lightweight. I much rather sleep with this than with my Apple Watch. Obviously, they need to put tracker in this. So one thing that I would love is for it to be a little bit less thick. I don't know if you can tell, but it is pretty sleek for what it does, but it is still bulky. Like, I wear very dainty jewels, so this is definitely bigger than what I am used to wear, so keep that in mind. I know that it is tempting to think that you already know your ring size and just put the order for that ring size because you want it to come as fast as possible, but I strongly suggest that you get the sizing kit. It is not the same size as what you would usually get for a regular ring. I think that it runs bigger. Also, keep in mind that your finger might swell if you are hot, if you are cold, if you're working out. So wear the sizing ring like they suggest for 2 days to decide what size that you really want to get. What it does is that it tracks your sleep, your activity, your readiness, so how ready you are to tackle the day based on your activity from the previous day, how well you slept the previous night, with your body temperature, with your heart rate. It takes so many factors in to give you this readiness score. So how it works is that it gives you a score to up to 100 every single day on your sleep, your activity, and your readiness, so that you have in mind if you should be recovering or if you should tackle the day with more activities. My Oura Ring helps me keep in mind my recovery and not just challenge me to do more. I am someone who works out a lot and I love to push myself, but recovery is such an important part of your fitness journey as well. My Apple Watch always challenged me to do more. This helps me to take a step back and realize that I might need to actually take things slower that day. Speaking of Apple Watch and Oura Ring, I see a lot of people asking online if they should get one or the other. My personal take on this is that I wouldn't trade one or the other because I use them for two various reasons. I don't work out with my Oura Ring because I want to prevent it from wear and tear. Whereas the Apple Watch is actually the tracker that I use every single time that I do a workout. So that is definitely one thing to keep in mind. I take it off when I work out. It syncs with Apple Fitness anyway, so that it takes in account your workout. It also tracks your step, just like the Apple Watch would do. And there is also one thing that I would not give up my Oura Ring for ever, is that it syncs with natural cycle. This is how I track my cycle. This is my contraception method. I would not trade this for just an Apple Watch, and I would not just wear an Oura Ring, if that makes sense. But I am crazy about data. If you really just want something that helps you track your sleep, see how well you're doing, you might be able to get away with just wearing the Oura Ring. That is all to say, the two devices I use for two different reasons and I love them very much. I wouldn't trade one for the other. The way that you can get access to your data is through an app, and I'm going to walk you guys through the actual app to see what it entails, what it looks like when you have a ring. So when you open the app, you have all of your score in the morning. So what I do is every morning when I wake up, instead of going on social media, I take a look at my Oura Ring app. I also open my Natural Cycle app so that it syncs all together. And when you get on your app, the first thing that you see is your readiness score, your sleep score, and your activity score. There is so much data that you can get on your sleep through the ring. It's actually mind-blowing to get everything just from that little device. Obviously, you have to still take it with a grain of salt because you don't want to be overwhelmed in thinking that you didn't get a good night of sleep, so you're not going to get a great day. Some days I don't have an amazing sleep score, but I still feel refreshed. So keep that in mind. Oh, there's also one thing that I love is that it gives you your chronotype. It says if you're more a morning person, a night owl. I am a morning type, and it gives me a lot of data about what this entails. Calculate my optimal sleep stage, so at what time I should go to sleep and what time I usually wake up. It is so interesting to know what type of chronotype you are. There is also one thing that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. With the Oura Ring, you need to pay for the ring, and then that's kind of a con, but you also need to pay for a monthly subscription fee. There is this tab that is called Explora. And through Explore, you get a lot of session with guided meditation. There are breathing session also from Headspace, which is renowned for its meditation and breath work. Right now they have something about alcohol and sleep, which is another really interesting thing. When you have an Oura Ring and you drink at night, even if you don't tell any app that you add wine or alcohol, I always see the difference in my HRV number the day after. It's crazy to see how your activity, what you're eating, what you're drinking affects your readiness for the next day. Circling back to the monthly fee, you have to pay to get access to your data. Like I said, this is a con because when you get an Apple Watch, you pay for the watch, but then you have access to your data. If you don't pay for the monthly fee, you won't have access to everything that I'm talking right now. Also, keep in mind that Oura keeps coming out with new features very often, and I get that they need money to do that. Now, fitness-wise, I know that I've said that I don't use the ring while I work out. I could use it if I was taking horseback riding lesson or if I'm doing my yoga classes, but when I'm lifting weights, I take it off because it is really easy to scratch it. I have had mine for 2 years. I don't know if you are going to be able to see like all of the little scratches on it. I take it off when I work out, but obviously when I got it first, I was so careful not to scratch it, and you cannot prevent this. It's never going to be in perfect mint condition, even if you were extremely careful. But I know that one thing that people recommend is to not wear other rings around it. I've been talking about Natural Cycle in this video. This is probably one of the aspect that I love the most about tracking with my Oura Ring. So Natural Cycle is actually an FDA approved app to track your cycle and use as contraception. Your Oura Ring takes your basal body temperature, which is one method of contraception that a lot of people use. But what is cool with the Oura Ring is that it does it without you having to do anything. So it knows when you wake up in the morning, you don't have to take your temperature. It automatically syncs it with the Natural Cycle app. I think that is amazing to get to know yourself better in that department, to get to know yourself better in your cycle, where you're at. It gives you so many data, and I think that everybody should know themselves that much. It is so empowering as a woman to have all of these data. The one thing that I would say is that you need to pay for the Oura Ring fee, the monthly fee that I was talking about earlier. You also have to pay for the Natural Cycle subscription. So it does get expensive, but if I had to keep my Oura Ring for one thing, it would be this. Also, when you get the Oura Ring and Natural Cycles first, I think that you get a discount on the ring. So look into this. I know that when I got it 2 years ago, I had a discount on my ring. I think it was 20 bucks because I also paired it with Natural Cycle. So this is what the app looks like. It tells you your body temperature, where you're at in your cycle. You can tag your mood and symptoms. You can also see your history. You can have access to a calendar like that. I really think that this app is amazing. It also gives you information about each phases of your cycle. I love this. I would highly recommend this. Once again, this isn't sponsored. I just truly love using Natural Cycle with my Oura Ring. And like I said, and I'm gonna repeat myself, if you need to get an Oura Ring for anything and you're a woman, I think that Natural Cycle is something that you have to try. You are going to learn so much more about yourself. I could do like an entire video on that. If you would like an entire video on that, actually, let me know. I could go even more in depth. Like I said at the beginning of the video as well, they just came out with the Gen 4 for the Oura Ring. There are a few main differences. In the Gen 3, you can see the sensor. There are these small bumps in the ring. The Gen 4 is flush, so you don't have these bumps. As sensor, personally, I don't feel them. Like I said, I forget that I have this on, and this is what I like about this device, is that after like 2 to 3 days, you forget that you have it on, and you can move your hand and everything. It's very lightweight, so the sensor doesn't really affect me. The Oura Ring Gen 4 lasts longer on battery. My Gen 3 lasts for about 4 days. One cool thing is that when your ring is going to die, like when the battery is low, it gives you like a notification that says you should charge your ring before the next night so that you never run out of battery. I also read that there is more sizing for the Gen 4 than there was for the Gen 3. If you have a Gen 3, you should still get the sizing kit, because from what I've read, they are not the same. So make sure that you get the sizing kit. I know that it is so tempting to just order to get it as fast as possible. For me personally, I am very happy with all of the data that I get from the Oura Ring. I am happy with the accuracy. I never have like problem with it reading my heart rate, skin temperature, whatever. So I personally believe that if you have the Gen 3, the improvement on Gen 4 isn't enough to justify buying another ring. However, if you don't have any Oura Ring and you're in the market, I would definitely get the Gen 4 just because it's the latest version. If you can afford it, go for it. You are not going to be disappointed with having an Oura Ring. If you already have an Apple Watch, all of the data that you get from the Oura Ring, in my personal experience, is more complete. I get a lot more information. The app is really user-friendly, useful. You are going to learn so much more about yourself. I also would love to know if you would love me to do a video on the Ultra Human Ring. I've seen this a lot on socials lately. I have been tempted to try it out. So let me know in the comment if this would be something that you would be interested in seeing. I love to do these kind of videos. That is it, you guys. This is my updated review and my take on if you should get the Gen 4 or not. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel and myself as a content creator. If you're new, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here, and I would love for you guys to subscribe so you don't miss any video that I post. Otherwise, if you have any question, leave it in the comment down below and I'll do my best to answer them. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing weekend, whatever you're watching this. I will see you guys in my next one.